This conference will now be recorded.
Fine, guys. Let me go and open one notepad. And in today's session, we'll go and start discussing about the scheduled flows. Scheduled cloud flows. So in today's class, we'll go and start discussing about the scheduled cloud flows. So up to yesterday's class, we discussed about what automated cloud flows. What is meant by automated cloud flows? When to go and use them? Automated cloud flows. Automated cloud flows are used when an event is happened. So that means what is an event? So event is nothing but something is happened in the data sources. When something is happened in the data sources, then I want to go and do some automations. Let's say when the record is inserted, updated, deleted, when a file is created like this. If something is happened in your data source, then I want to go and do some automations. Then in this case, we'll go and use the automated cloud flows. And now in today's class, we'll go and start discussing about the scheduled cloud flows. Now, what is this scheduled cloud flows is? When to go and use them? Scheduled cloud flows is, let me keep here. Scheduled cloud flows, scheduled cloud flows are used to automate, are used to automate them repeated workflows based on them. Automate scheduled cloud flows are used to automate them repeated workflows based on the scheduled date and time, date and time intervals. So what is this scheduled cloud flows means? Scheduled cloud flows are used to automate the repeated workflows based on the scheduled date and time. So whenever if you want to go and do some automations where we'll have some repeated works based on the date and time, if you want to go and do some automations based on the scheduled date and time, you'll go and use this scheduled cloud flows. So in the previous classes we discussed about automated. Automated means whenever something is happening in the data source level, then we need to go and do some automations. Here, when I want to go into the automations based on the scheduled date and time. At what date and time if you want to go and automate the work process, then if you can go and use the scheduled flows. At what date and time if you want to automate them, then in this case you can go and use the scheduled cloud flows. So in order to go and work with the scheduled cloud flows, we'll go and discuss about few scenarios here. So let me go and copy the scenarios. Let me go and take some scenarios here, not to go and work with the scheduled cloud flows. So in today's class, we'll go and discuss these things, guys. Just copy and then paste it here. So in today's class, we'll go and discuss these scenarios. So the first one we'll go and discuss is, so send an email to the employees. I want to go and send an email to the employees every day at morning 8 a.m. Let's say I want to send it at 6 a.m. guys. Every day morning at 6 a.m. I want to go and send one email to the employees regarding weather report. So what's my requirement here is, every day at morning 6 a.m. I want to go and send one email to my all the employees in the organization regarding the weather report. Now how to go and do it? So the first use case we're going to discuss under the scheduled cloud flows is, send an email to the employees every day morning at 6 a.m. Regarding what I want to go and send the email to the employees every day at morning 6 a.m. means regarding the weather report. On that particular day, what is the weather report? Regarding that weather report, I want to go and send one email to the employees. And second one we'll go and discuss is what? Send an email to the employees on every Friday to fill the timesheet. Let's say you are working on organization, so you want to fill the timesheet. maybe you can go and fill the timesheet weekly once or daily once also. So basically, if you want to submit the timesheets every day, or if you are not submitting every day, you need to submit weekly once. So what is my requirement here is, I want to send an email to the employee on every Friday to fill the timesheet. Suppose if the employee is not submitted on submitting the timesheet before Friday, so I want to go and send one reminder message to the employees that, so at say every day at evening, not every day, every Friday at evening 4 p.m. I want to go and send one email to the employee. So what does that email means? Please submit the timesheet regarding this particular week. So sometimes the employees doesn't submit. If the employee is not submitting the timesheet, then that we thought that the companies thought that what, the employee is not working on that week. So what the companies is doing here, the company is going to send one automated email to the employee every Friday at 4 p.m. So regarding what? So regarding submit the timesheet, please fill the timesheet before leave the office. So that regarding that, I want to go and send one email to the employees. So here I want to send the email when, every day at every Friday at what time I want to go and send the email to the employees? 4 p.m. So this is another use case. And next one is, send an email to the manager. I want to go and send an email to my manager every day at 5 p.m. regarding the employee performance. Let's say I'm working as a team lead. Now, as a team lead, I want to go and generate one report, a daily report, and I want to send that report to my manager every day at 5 p.m. Every day at 5 p.m., I want to send one email to my manager regarding what? Regarding that employee performance on that particular day. How many employees are working? How many employees are taking the tickets? How many tickets the employee is solving? What is the progress of that project when compared to yesterday and today? Like this, we need to, as a team lead, I need to go and generate some simple report. I want to send that report to my manager. So these are the three use cases we'll go and discuss now in today's session, guys. So first we'll go and discuss about what? Send an email to the employees every day at morning 6 a.m. regarding what? Weather report. Let me go and open the Power Automate and let me show you how to go and perform all these things, guys. Let me go and open the Power Automate. Meanwhile, let me go and open the SharePoint. So I want to go and create one flow here, guys. Let me go to the SharePoint. So in the SharePoint, I'm having one site here to work with the Power Automate. So site name is Power Automate Flows. Let me go to the site. Now under this site, I'm having one list. The list name is EMP. I'm having one list called EMP. In this list, I'm having some employees data. So let's say these are the employees I'm having. Just I'm keeping some data here. So every day at morning 6 a.m., I want to go to this SharePoint list. I want to collect that employee emails. By collecting that employee emails, I want to go and send one email to the employee regarding what? Weather report. On that particular day weather report, I want to go and send all the employees, those who are working in the organizations. This is what my requirement. Now how to go and do it? So let me go to the Power Automate. Let me go and click on create, guys. Let me go and create one new. Let me go and create a new flow. Let me go to the create tab. And now what is the flow I want to select here, guys? Whether I want to go and select the automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow, or a scheduled cloud flow. So our requirement is what here in today's session? I want to go and send an email to the employee every day at morning 6 a.m. regarding weather report. So what type of flow I want to go and select here? We need to go and select the scheduled cloud flows. So let me go and select what? Scheduled cloud flows. Now here we need to go and pass the flow name. Let me pass the flow name as what? Weather report. Let me pass the flow name as what? Weather report. Next, run this flow. When you want to run this flow, at what date and time you want to run this flow. So I said that whenever if you want to start any flow, what's the first step? Trigger. So when I'm discussing in the previous classes, automated cloud flows, what is the trigger? When an event is happened in the data source. Event is nothing but what? Something is inserted, updated, deleted. These are called as events. So event is, and let's like insert, update, and delete. So that is one trigger. So but here what is my trigger? My trigger is date and time. So here in the scheduled cloud flows, what is the trigger means? When you want to run the flow, I want to trigger the flow first. When you want to run the flow, at what date and time you want to run this flow, that date and time will call it as a trigger here. So let me go through the trigger, guys. When I want to run this flow, so start date, from which date you want to run the flow? You want to run the flow from today itself, or you want to run the flow from tomorrow or day after tomorrow? You can select the date from which date you want to run the flow. Let me select today itself, guys. Today itself I want to go and run the flow. Or if you select tomorrow or day after tomorrow, at what date you want to run this flow? First I will select the date. So from today itself I want to go and run the flow. Next, once after selecting the date, so from today, at what time you want to run this flow? I said that every day at what time I want to run this flow? Every day at morning 6 a.m. I want to run the flow. Every day at morning 6 a.m. I want to send an email to the employees recording the weather report. Next, once after selecting the from which date you want to run the flow, at what time you want to run the flow, next you need to go and select the repeat every time. Repeat every. Now, how many times you want to repeat this flow? I want to repeat only once. One time I want to repeat. When you want to repeat this one time, now when I go and click on this, see here, every repeat one time, you want to repeat one time monthly once, monthly one time you want to repeat, weekly once, daily once, hourly, minutely or seconds. Now I want to go and run this flow when? Every day at morning 6 a.m. So I want to go and repeat this flow only once. At what time? 6 a.m. From which date? From today. And also I want to run it for daily once. Daily one time. So just go and click on what? Day. So it is keeping here what? This flow will run when? Every day. Every day this flow will run. So you can select here, guys, every month, every week, every day. So you can select day. If I select day, that means what happens? Every day the flow will run. So instead of going and selecting every day, now see, every day means I want to send the email to the employee recording weather report from Monday to Friday. I don't want to send it on Saturday and Sundays. So if I select here every day it will go and send. So let me go and set what? Week. When I select week, so repeat one time on every week. That means in which week you want to repeat it? I want to repeat on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I don't want to send this, run this flow on Saturdays and also on Sundays. So go and keep here weekdays. So I want to go and repeat this flow weekly once. Every week, Monday to Thursday I want to run this flow. Saturday and Sunday I don't want to run this flow. So select this. So here you need to go and pass the trigger, guys. This is my, what is my trigger? What's the trigger? From which date you want to run the flow? From today. At what time you want to run the flow? Every day at 6 p.m., 6 a.m. Now, how many times you want to repeat the flow? Only one time. Only one time. When you want to repeat this flow? Every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I want to repeat this flow. One time I want to repeat. Now, once after passing this, now see, here it is giving what? This flow will run when? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every week. Every week, Monday to Thursday, this flow will run. At what time? 6 a.m. When I want to go and start this flow? From today itself. Now, once after passing the trigger, this is the trigger, guys. At what date and time you want to run the flow? So once after selecting the date and time, now go and click on what? Create. When I click on create, now it allows us to create one flow now. Now let's switch back to the old designer. Now it is allowing us to create a flow. Now what is the first step in the flow? Trigger. So what's the trigger here? Date and time. If you see here, it is there on alarm icon. So here in the scheduled flows, what is the trigger? Date and time. So this date and time will call it as what? Recurrence. So at what recurrence? If you see, when I go and click on it, now see, this flow will run when? Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Weekly, every week, Monday to Thursday, this flow will run. So if you want to edit from here, you can go and click on edit, guys. When I click on edit, now you can edit from here. So interval only one time. Weekly frequency is what? Weekly. If you want to change it here, from here also you can go and change. So, and also if you want to go to the advanced options, go to the advanced options. Here you are able to see what? Time zone. Time zone means what? So different countries will have the different time zones. So you can set at what time zone you want to run this flow. So here by default is taking the Indian time zone, guys, Indian standards, IST standards. So if want, if your client is from Australia, you need to set the Australian time zone. If your client is from US, then you need to set the time zones here. So you can go and set the time zone. And next start date. I'm keeping the start date as what? Today. If you want to change the start date from here, also you can go and change. And on these days, now see, when I want to run this flow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if you want to change it from here, you can go and change it. You can select the Saturdays and Sundays also, you can go and select. Next, So once after passing the date and when you want to run this, next you can pass the time here, guys. At this hours, at what time you want to run. I want to run this flow. By default, I'm setting what? 6 a.m. If you want to change it from here, you can go and change. When I click on this drop down, here you are able to select the hours. Once after selecting the hours, you can go and select what? Minutes. At what date and time. We can enter the minutes here. So once after creating the flow, also if you want to change that date and time intervals, at what time you want to run this flow, you can go and change it here. So for now, I'm not going to do any changes. I'm going to keep as it is. So this is the recurrence. Recurrence means at what date and time you want to run the flow. So this is the first step in the flow. What is the first step in the flow? In the cloud flows? Trigger. What's my trigger? Every day, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. I want to run this flow. So every day at 6 a.m. this flow will run. What I want to do it here? First, I want to go to the SharePoint list and I want to get the data from this table EMP. So why? Because I want to send the emails whom? To the employees, those who are in the SharePoint list. To these employees, I want to go and send the email. So once after keeping the trigger, next go to the new step. Now let me go and keep here what? Get items case. Now I want to get the data from the SharePoint list. So go and select what? Get items. So get items. From where you want to get the items? From the SharePoint. So there are two things will be there, exercise. Get items and second one is what? Get item. Get item means you will get only one employee details. But I want to get here what? Items. All the employees details I want to get. Whoever is there in the SharePoint list, all I want to get. So select what? Get items from the SharePoint. Select this action. Now once after selecting this, we need to pass the site address. What's my site address? To which site you want to connect? I want to connect to the site called Power Automate Flows. Select the site. And list name. What's my list name? EMP is my list name. Select the list. Next. Once after selecting the site address and then list name, next go and click on add a new step case. Now what I want to do here is I want to get the weather forecast. Today weather forecast I want to get. How to get the weather forecast means get forecast. So go and search for what? Get forecast. Now see, you are able to see what? Get forecast for today, get forecast for tomorrow. You can get the forecast for today and tomorrow. I want to go and select the forecast for what? Today. Let me select this one, guys. Get forecast for today. Now once after this, it is asking us to pass what? Location. Which location weather report you want to get? Let me pass the location as Hyderabad. Next, units. Here you need to pass the units, guys. Either imperial or metric. Anyone is fine. Let me select the metric. Anyone is fine. Units is nothing but what you want to show it here. Imperial means it will show us the high level information. Metric, it will show the in detailed information of that weather report. Let me select as metric. Now once after getting the forecast of this today, next what I want to do? I want to go and send an email to the employee. Once after getting the forecast, go and send an email. Go to the new step. Send an email to whom? Whoever the employees is there in the SharePoint list. For all the employees, I want to go and send the email. I want to cut that employee email and send that email, send the weather report to that employee's case. Now select for send an email, search for send an email, and go and select what? Send an email v2. Select this action. Now when I select this, now it is asking us to pass the to address to whom you want to send. So here I don't want to hard code case. Now currently how many employees is there? 3 employees is there. I can hard code it. So let's say if I hard code these 3 employees, let's say tomorrow another one more employee joined. Now that employee will get that mail, weather report? No. So if that employee wants to get the report, what I want to do? I want to again go and add that employee details here, employee email. So instead of hard coding the employees details here, let's say if I hard code this Pinky Challa 1995, so every time it will go and send that employee only. And also every time it will go and send only these 3 employees. Let's say for tomorrow, another 2 more employees are joining the organization. These 2 employees not able to get that email, weather report. So instead of hard coding the value here, what I can do? Go to the dynamic content. Under the dynamic content, if you scroll down, here you are able to see get items. So you are adding an action here, get items. What this get item is doing? It is getting the data from the SharePoint list. So whatever the data is there in the SharePoint list, this data I'm getting into the Power Automate. So if you go to the dynamic content, so under the get items, you are able to see the column name. What's it column? Email column. Whatever the column is there in the SharePoint list, that column name you are able to see it here, guys. So go and select what? Email. So what is going to do? It is going to send the email whoever there is in the SharePoint list. Today 3 employees is there. Maybe tomorrow 2 more employees are going to join. For those employees also I want to go and send the email. So for this reason, go and set the dynamic content, guys. Dynamically I want to send. So when I go and add the email here, now see it is applying, it is adding one more step. What is that step? Apply to each. Apply to each means what? So whoever is there in the SharePoint list, for all the employees I want to go and send the email. So for each and every employee, whenever if you want to send the email, we need to go and use what? Apply to each. Anyway, I will discuss in the coming classes. For now, just try to understand how to send the email, guys. Once after pass the to address, next we need to go and pass what? Subject. What's the subject? Let me keep here the subject as today weather report. Next, let me keep here hi. I want to mention the employee name here. How to select the employee name? Here also I don't want to hard code them. Hard code means how many names you can hard code. So let me go to the Power Automate. Let me go to the dynamic content. Scroll down. Here you are able to see the get items. I'm getting the items from the SharePoint. In the get items you are able to see what? E-name. Select the employee name. So I want to send the email to all the employees, those who are there. So I don't want to hard code. I want to keep it as dynamic. Next, once after this, let me keep here today weather report. Next, I want to pass today condition, guys. Let me go and keep here today condition. So condition means what is the condition of weather report for today? Let me go and keep here condition. Now here what I want to pass means, what's the condition means? If you go to this dynamic content, under the dynamic content, you are under the get forecast, you are able to see something called what? Condition. Condition means what? So today at a high level it will give some information whether today is sunny, cloudy, rainfall is there. So that information it will go and give. So let me go and keep here condition. Today is what is the condition. Next, I want to go and keep the temperature, guys. Today what is the high temperature and what is the low temperature? Today's temperature. So let me keep it in the bold. Once I have to keep it in the bold. Next, I want to go and keep the high temperature first, or keep the low temperature, guys. What's the low? How to select the temperature? Go to the get forecast. Now if you scroll down, somewhere you are able to see. Here you are not able to see it. So let me go and search here, guys. Let me go and search for temperature. Now you are able to see what? High temperature, low temperature. First let me select the low temperature and then keep it in the degrees centigrades. Degrees centigrades. And then next I want to go and keep what? Next I want to go and keep the high temperature. What's the high temperature? Let me select this. And also let me go and keep here what? Degrees centigrades. So next I want to go and mention what? Temperature. Low temperature. What is the low temperature and what is the high temperature? And next let me go and mention the humidity, guys. Let me go and mention one more. Humidity. What is the humidity in the air? So let me go and select the humidity. What is the high humidity and what is the low humidity? So select this, go to the dynamic content. When I search for high, you are able to see what? High humidity. Let me select the high humidity. Or first let me select the low humidity. Low humidity. And then let me keep here the high humidity. High humidity. So like this you can go and mention something here, guys. So what is the report, weather report for this day? Temperature, humidity, wind rainfall, wind speed. So there are a lot of things is there. If you see, when I go for this get forecast for today, it is getting that condition, location for which provide you created. Next, temperature in units, day condition, and also something like day meter weather condition, day meter sky condition, day summary, night condition. So lot of things it will go and give here. So you can go and mention all these things based on your requirement. You can go and mention. For now, here I'm going to mention what today, what's the condition. Let me keep here today condition. Today, what's the condition? Temperature, humidity, and also let me go and mention something is there. Day summary. Let me select this day summary also. I think day summary and condition both are same. Let me keep here uh, day summary. Let me go and select this one. So let me keep it like this. Next, AB trainings. Let me keep here thanks. AB trainings. So this is the message I want to send, guys. When I want to go and send this message to the employees every day at morning 6 a.m. I want to send this. In this message, in this flow, what I'm doing here. First, what's the trigger? What's my trigger? Interval every day once, weekly once. So in the week, how many weeks you want to run it? 4 days. 4 days in a week. Next, get items. So once after every day at 6 a.m., get the items from the SharePoint list. Once after getting the data, get the forecast of the day. Once after getting the forecast, go and select what? Apply to each. That means send an email. So in that email, I'm going to keep some weather report details and then keep here thanks AB trainings. Next, go and click on save. Let me save this flow. Let me check the flow is having any errors or not. Now see your flow is ready. We'll recommend you to test it. Let me test it, guys. For the first time, test it manually. Click on manual test. For from the second time onwards, it will automate. Every day at 6 a.m. it will run. But for the first time, you need to run it manually. So click on done. Now this flow will run, guys. Now what the flow will run? So it will go and get the items, it will get the forecast details, and it will send the email. Now see, it is sending the email. Apply to each means it will send the email to each and every employee. So your flow runs successfully. Now what are the employees is there? Here my email is there, guys. Let me check. Let me go and open my email ID. Let me show you what's the weather report I'm getting here. Let me log in my email. So if you see, this is the credentials I'm logging in. Pinky Challa 1995. So if you see, just now I received an email. What's that email? Today weather report. What's the title? Today weather report. Now hi Venki, my name. What is my name here? Venki. Hi Venki. Today weather report. Today is what? Sunny. So temperature is 24 degrees to 38 degrees. Low temperature is 24. High temperature is 38. Humidity 21. Least low humidity is 21. High humidity is 64. And I am keeping the summary right. Expect sunny skies. The high will be at 38 degrees. So it is keeping the high temperature. Expect sunny skies. The high temperature will be 38 degrees. This is summary of that today's report. So like this, I want to go and send an email to my employees every day at morning 7 a.m. So this flow will run at what date and time, guys? I set that date as from today onwards. I want to run the flow at what time? 6 a.m. That too every day except Saturday and Sunday. In a week, from Monday to Friday, I want to go and run this flow. At what time? 6 a.m. So this is what how to go and create a scheduled cloud flow, guys. If you go and see here, so this flow frequency weekly once, interval is every day. One time I want to go and run from Monday to Friday. And next use case is what? Send an email to the employee every Friday to fill the timesheet. Now I want to go and send an email to the employees on every Friday at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. regarding what? To fill the timesheet. If the employee may forget to fill the timesheet, to submit the timesheet, so I want to send a reminder message to the employees that please fill the timesheet. So how to go and do it? Let me go and create a new flow. Go to the create tab. Now let me go and set the cloud flow, guys. Let me go and set what type of flow now? Cloud flow. That is scheduled cloud flow. Let me pass the flow name as what? Timesheet fill. So this that's flow name I'm keeping. Next, trigger. What's my trigger, guys? When you want to run this flow? From today onwards. From today onwards, at what time I want to run the flow? Let's say I want to run the flow at 4 p.m. From today, I want to run this flow. At what time I want to run the flow? Today I want from today onwards, I want to run the flow at 6 p.m. How many times you want to repeat the flow? I want to repeat the flow for only one time. Now how many next year you can select the month, week, day. Now you want to repeat this flow every month, every week, every day. I want to repeat this flow every week except Saturday and Sunday. Here also I want to run the flow from Monday to Thursday, except Saturdays and Sundays. Why? Because Saturday and Sunday is leave. I don't want to send the reminder message to the employees to fill the timesheet. So here also I will go and set what weekly once. At what days in a week? Monday to Friday. So this is my trigger, guys. What's my trigger? When I want to run this flow means I can go and run the flow from today at 4 p.m. And how many times you want to repeat? Only one time. And also weekly once I want to repeat. In how many weeks you want to repeat? From Monday to Friday I want to repeat it. Now once after passing the trigger, go and click on what? Create. When I click on create, now it will allow us to create a flow. Now switch back to the old designer. Now see, first step is what? Recurrence. Same steps, guys. Recurrence is the first step. Recurrence means at what date and time the flow need to run. Now let me go and add a new step, guys. So here also I want to go and get what? Get items. First at every day at 4 p.m. what I want to do? Go and get the items from the SharePoint. Why I need to go and get the items from the SharePoint list? Because I want to go and send the email to all the employees regarding what? To fill the timesheet. So go and get the items from the SharePoint. So from what is the site address for automate flows? What's the list name? EMP is my list name, employees. Next, once after getting the items, next what I want to do? Directly I want to go and send an email. So just go and send an email, guys. Send an email. Now go and select the action, send an email version 2. Now to whom you want to send the email? So whoever the employees is there in this list, for all the employees I want to go and send. So go and select what? Go to the dynamic content. Under the dynamic content you are able to see an option called what? Under the get items you are able to see the column name email column. So which is there in the SharePoint list. Let me select this. Now what I will do, whoever their employees in the SharePoint list, for all the employees it will go and send the email. Now let me select the email address. So when once after passing the email ID, I want to pass the subject. Now what's the subject? Let me pass the subject as please fill the timesheet. Please fill the timesheet. Now let me go and mention uh, hi. Let me go and select the display employee names. I want to mention the employee names here. Hi, whatever the name it is. Next I want to go and keep here. Please fill the timesheet. Please fill the timesheet for the current week. Please fill the timesheet for the current week before leave the office. Before 5 p.m. or before leave the office. Let me keep it as before 5 p.m. So this is the message I want to send. So next I want to keep here if already done. If already done, ignore this mail. Ignore this email. Thanks, AB trainings. So let me keep this in the bold. Now try to understand, guys. What's the message I'm sending here? Hi, employee name. Please fill the timesheet for the current week before 5 p.m. That is before going to leave the office. So if already done, please ignore this email. So just go and save. Only 3 steps, guys. Nothing is there. So what's first step is trigger. At what date and time you want to run this flow? I want to run this flow. Sorry, I think it is weekly once, right? So let me go and edit this. So here I don't want to send this. It is regarding the timesheet submit. So when I want to send the timesheet email, I want to go and send this email on every Friday, not every day. So let me go and change it, guys. I want to change it to what? I want to change them on which day I want to send. I want to change it. I want to send the email to the employee regarding the timesheet on every Friday. On every week Friday at 4 p.m. I want to send the email to the employee regarding what? Timesheet fill. So just keep it like this. So previously I'm keeping from Monday to Friday, but it is not from Monday to Friday. Only Friday I want to send. At what time? 4 p.m. So select this and now go on, save the flow. Save the flow. Now your flow is ready. Now test the flow for the first time. Manually test the flow. So for the first time you need to test it manually, but from the second time onwards, every Friday at 4 p.m. automatically this flow will run and it will send the email to the employee regarding to fill the timesheet. Now see, your flow is running. So the flow is running, it is completed. Let me go and open my email. Let me check. Now see, just now I received another email. What's the subject? Please fill the timesheet. When I open is, subject is please fill the timesheet. Hi Winky, please fill the timesheet for the current week before 5 p.m. So if you go and see another one more, you said what? Sunil. What's the email ID? AB Trainings Hub. Let me go and log in with Sunil, guys. AB Trainings Hub. Now I'm logging with AB Trainings Hub. When I go to the email, now see here also AB Trainings Hub will receive another email. What is that email? Please fill the timesheet. So hi Sunil, please fill the timesheet for the current week before 5 p.m. If already done, please ignore this mail. So if there is another one more, who is that? Chandu. What is an email ID? Venkichalla 2004. If I go and log in with these credentials, so here also you are able to see the same email. When I go and log in with Venkichalla 2004, when I go to the email, here also you are able to see the same message. So what is the name of that employee? Chandu. Now see when I go and click on this, so hi Chandu, please fill the timesheet for the current week before 5 p.m. If already done, please ignore this mail. So like this, every week on every Friday, I want to go and send one email to the employee regarding the timesheet case. So like this, you can go and automatically send it. You no need to go and send manually. No need to go and send the email. Automatically, what the Power Automate is doing, it will go on every Friday at 4 p.m. It will go to the SharePoint list. It will collect all the email IDs and it will go and send one email to that employees regarding the timesheet. So this is the second use case. And next, another one more use case. So the third one is what? The third one we'll go and discuss here is send an email to the manager every day at 5 p.m. regarding the employee's performance. Regarding the employee's performance, I want to go and send one uh, report to my manager every day at 5 p.m. Guys. Now how to go and send it? So let me go to the Power Automate and let me select the flow type as what? Scheduled cloud flows. Let me select the type as scheduled cloud flows. Next, let me go and keep here the flow name. What's my flow name? Let me keep it as daily report. Let me keep the flow name as daily report. Next, go and select them. At what time, at what date you want to run this flow? I want to run this flow from today itself. Next, type. Now, at what time you want to run the flow? I want to run the flow at what time? 5 p.m. guys. Every day at 5 p.m. I want to go and send an email to my manager. And now, how many times you want to repeat it? Only one time. So let me select here what? Weekly. So here also I want to go and select weekly, except Saturday and Sunday. Remaining all the days from Monday I want to send, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So in a week, 5 days I want to send. Starting from Monday to Thursday, every day at 5 p.m. I want to go and send an email to my manager regarding the daily report. Now it will go and give the message here, guys. What's this message? This flow will run when? On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, every week. Every week, on from Monday to Thursday, it will go and send one email to the manager at 5 p.m. Just go and click on create. When I click on create, now I'm passing the trigger here. Once after selecting the trigger, go and click on create. Once if we click on create, now it will allow us to create the flow. Now go to the new designer, switch back, sorry, turn off the new designer, switch back to the old designer, guys. Here you are able to see the recurrence. Now, what's my first step here, guys? Under the recurrence, what I want to do here is I want to go and send an email to my manager regarding the weather report. So I want to go and get one report. So I want to go and create a report in my OneDrive, guys. So let me go and open the OneDrive. Let me go and open the OneDrive. So go to this. Let me go and open OneDrive. So in the OneDrive, I'm creating one report here, guys. Let's say in the OneDrive, I'm going to generate one report. So let me go to the add new. I want to create one folder here. Click on add new. Let me go and create one folder. Let me keep the folder name as daily report. Let me create one folder. The folder name as daily report. Once after creating the folder, it is telling that the folder is created. Now where you can see the folder, my flows. Go to the my flows. Under the my flows, you are able to see what here, one folder, daily report. Go and open this folder, guys, daily report. Now in this folder, I want to go and create one report, guys. Now how to go and create a report now? So let's say I want to generate one simple report. You can generate the report by your own, whatever the report it is. But let me show you how to go and add an attachment in the email. So I want to add an attachment, that is report, guys. Go and click on add new. When I click on add new, I want to go and create an Excel file now. I want to generate a report in the Excel. So select the Excel workbook. Select the Excel workbook. Now let me go and keep the report case. Let's say I want to keep here the employee name wise, how many tickets the employee is taking and how many tickets the employee is resolved. I want to go and mention it here. So let me go and keep here name of the employee. Next one is number of tickets assigned, and next one is number of tickets resolved. Let me increase this width. So just I'm going to generate one report, one simple report. I'll need to center. Let me keep it in the bold. Fine. Now here guys, just I'm creating one simple report here. Let me go and keep the employee name as let's say myself. Number of tickets assigned 5. Number of tickets resolved 3. Next, another employee. Let me keep it as Sunil. Number of tickets assigned 8. Let me keep here number of tickets resolved 3. Tickets assigned 8. Number of tickets resolved 5. Let's say one more employee, Anil. Number of tickets assigned 4. Number of tickets resolved only 1. So like this, I'm generating one report here, guys. So employee name wise, just I'm creating one simple report. Number of tickets assigned, number of tickets resolved. Now let me go and change the name of this file, guys. By default is book. Let me change the name to daily report or a report. Let me keep it as report. Now once after this, once after creating the report in the OneDrive for business, now go to the Power Automate. Now see automatically that that one is added here. Just refresh it once, it will change the file name. So the file name is what? Report. And what is the extension? XML. This is Excel file, guys. Now go to the Power Automate. Now whatever the report I'm creating here, I want to bring this report to Power Automate. Now how to bring the report to the Power Automate? So let me go to the Power Automate. Let me go and click on add a new step. Let me go and add an action here called get to file content. There is an action called what? Get file content. Now see, if you see here, get file content from where? From the OneDrive for business. From the OneDrive for business, I want to go and get file one of the file content. Now select this get file content from OneDrive for business. Now once after this, it is asking us to pass the file path name. So this file is located in the OneDrive for business, and what is the path of this file? So go to the Power Automate and go and click on this icon, folder icon. Go and click on this icon. Now go and click on this root. Go and click on this root. Now click on this root. Now it will load all the reports here. So let me go to the folder. I create one folder. What's that folder? Daily report. In that daily report, I'm having one report here. What's that report name? Report dot Excel. Extension is Excel. Just select this one. Now it is going to take the path of that report or a file. Now once after getting the file content, next go and send an email to the manager case. Next go and set what? Send an email. To whom I want to send the email now? To my manager. So let me select the send an email. Let's say I'm going to assign the manager as myself case. Whoever the manager it is. Let me assign myself as manager. Next, daily reports. What is the subject? Today report. Let me select this as today report. Next, let me go and keep the body high, or let me keep it as I'm sending it to manager, right? Good evening. Good evening. Keep it in the bold. Today report. So just I'm keeping here today report. Today report. Now just keep here thanks AB trainings. Just I'm keeping some text case. Whatever you want to keep, you can go and keep. So just I'm keeping some text here. Now, good evening. And if you want to mention the name, you can mention name. And I'm just keeping here today's report. Now, once after this, pass in the body. Now go and click on the show advanced options. When I go and click on this show advanced options, here you are able to see the attachments, guys. Attachment name. What is the attachment name? And the attachment content. What is the file? So let me go to the attachment name. Let me keep here the name as daily report. And next here we need to pass the extension, guys. So it is mandatory, don't forget to pass the action. This is just a name I am keeping. Whatever the name you can keep. Attachment name I am keeping. So I'm keeping the attachment name as daily report dot. What's the extension? What's the extension we are having for this? XLSX. For this report, this is the name. Report is the name. For this, there is some extension. We need to pass the extension here. If you are not passing the extension, it is not possible to work with it. Let me go and pass the extension as what? XLSX. So this we need to pass the extension here. Now, once after passing the extension, next go to the attachment content. Now what is the content you want to attach here? So in this email I want to go and add one attachment, guys. So you can see here something called file content. Now whatever the action you are adding here, get file content, that action you are able to see it here. Now go and select the file content, guys. When I select the file content, now whatever the report is there, this report will be sent to the manager every day at what time? Every day at 5 p.m. Now just save the flow and check the flow is having any errors or not. Your flow is ready. Let me click on test it. For the first time, test the flow manually. Click on run flow. Click on done. Now see your flow is successfully done. Now let me go and log in myself. Let me go and log into my Gmail and let me check I received the email or not. I think I received in the Outlook, right? Let me go and open my Outlook. And now see, I received that email. Today report. And now see, good morning. Today report. Thanks AB training. This is the report. Now when I click on it, now see, it will go and open the report here. Now if you want to go and view this report, you can go and view it. If you want download, you can download from the top. Once after download, you can go and view it in your local system also. So this is the report I'm sending this. So whenever if you want to go and add the attachments to the email, so we know that how to send the emails we're discussing in the from previous classes, but how to go and attach the files? If you want to go and attach the files in the email, first of all you need to go and get the file content. So go and use the file content where you are storing your files. So most of the cases we'll store the files in the OneDrive only. From the OneDrive, go and get the file content. Once after getting the file content, whatever the extension, if it is a Word, then you need to keep here. Word will have some extensions. Excel files will have some extension. CSV files will have different types of extensions. So mandatorily you need to go and pass the extension here, guys. If you are not passing the extension, let's say I'm removing the extension now. Now again I'm going to run the flow. Now what happens? Let me show you. Extension is mandatory, guys. If you are not keeping the extension, then your flow doesn't run. The flow will run, but you are not able to open that report. Now click on run the flow. Now see, I received the email. Let me go and open my Outlook, received the email, but this is the report. Now see, when I click on it, it is downloading. When I download it, when I go and try to open it, now it doesn't open. So it is not opening. So why? Because I'm not keeping the extension. So while generating, while adding the attachments to the email, now in the Power Automate, mandatory need to go and pass the extension here. This is not the report name. Just I'm keeping the extension name here. This is whatever the name it is. You can go and keep. But whatever the extension name, whatever the report name you are keeping here, for this you need to go and pass the extension. If you are not passing the extension, then you are not able to go and access this report case. So extension is most important. If it is an Excel file, what is the extension? If it is an image, what is the extension? What if it is a Word document, what is the extension? Extension is most important. If you are not passing the extension here, then you are not able to go and send the attachments to the users through emails in Power Automate. So this is what, how to go and send the email to the manager every day at 5. For the first time, I'm testing it manually. From the second time onwards, when this flow will run, this flow will run every day at 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday. So these are the different types of cloud flows we are going to discuss here, guys. So we discussed about 3 types of cloud flows. Send an email to the employee every day at morning 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. regarding the weather report. Send an email to the employee on every Friday regarding to fill the timesheet, and send an email to the manager every day at 5 p.m. regarding the daily report or employee performance. And in the next class tomorrow, we'll go and discuss about 2 more scenarios, guys. What we'll discuss in the tomorrow's class? We'll be discussing in the tomorrow's class. That is sending the birthday wishes to the employees and how to refresh the Power BI reports. These things we'll go and discuss it in the tomorrow's class. Fine. Let me stop here today. We'll go and discuss from here in the next class on tomorrow.